Well, hello. I'm MC Toon, worst rapper in the world, and I'm here for the 3-hour delayed debate with Michael Knight, who's not here. A no-show. Again. A second no-show. So, yes, you called it. Don't even get to play Flurf Bingo with him. So, no show. Let me see. Where's my pen? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'll update it later. So, I have with me Jared from AT2 Productions. How you doing, Jared?
Doing all right. Was starting to call it a night, saw the troubles you were having, and figured, I'll help you with a little troubleshooting. And yeah, I think we have a combination of things going on here.
Yeah. He's 3 days ago or 2 days ago, he knew he got an invite, accepted it, and for some reason didn't know there was football or basketball. It's basketball, right? Same thing. I'm kidding. I know the difference.
Something.
I thought maybe what we would do is have a look at the the chat that started this. So
Sounds good to me, because I'll admit, seeing the name, I was like, oh, is someone new? Did I miss something?
there's a lot on Facebook. A lot of them. And it's easier to communicate on Facebook than on YouTube. You can have a little more in-depth conversation with people. So, anyway, so I think it's easier to kind of get a hold of people. But yeah, they're you don't know them because they're not from Facebook.
Yeah.
So let's see. There it is. Let me arrange this so that we can see the. Got to get the browser, and I'm gonna be showing my real Facebook page, which is not actually my real Facebook page, I guess. It's my MC Toon one, which is not real. So, all right. I mean, it's real, right?
It's not the personal one.
It's not my personal one. So, let's see. It all started with Joey Rocha, who wanted a debate. So, actually,
that clown.
Tommy Grunwald is saying 2-0 MC Toon. It's actually 3-0 because Joey Rocha challenged me to a debate. I'm like, you're just a child. Like, you can't not interrupt and all this. And so I'm like, fine. I'll do it. So, all right, here's the page. And let's see how I can put this in chat. Don't know if that'll work. People tell me if that works or not. But let's see. Yeah, I sent him a message, no show. He didn't answer. So anyway, so here it is. Y'all see that pretty well? This is Joey Rocha posted the video that FTFE did where Joey Rocha wouldn't stop talking and interrupting and everything. So and then just like ran off. So here it is, and Joey was going at me, and so it's a little out of context. There's other comments about that Joey was talking about, and I'm responding. You act like a child. There's no point. You'll just yell and be a jerk, right? So Aaron Rocha, which is actually Joey's wife's Facebook account, but Joey uses it. So let me interrupt myself for a second. Nils says, did you check and verify the guy is a guy, not a troll? There seems to be a lot more accounts popping up lately than actual FE science. Could be, but to the best of my knowledge, and you'll see here in a little bit, you can be the judge on that, Nils. So anyway, Aaron, or Joey, speaking as Aaron, says, I'll take that as a no and I'm scared. And then Anthony Sicante. So it says, has to be on your show on your terms, otherwise you're just a little bitch. So they're complaining about me and stuff. I said, all right, fine. I'll take it. 8 o'clock Central Time on Tuesday. I'll send a Google Meets link at 7:45. Same rules as Joey always has. Laws of physics, peer-reviewed science, or research, and math. Respect and no straw manning. These are from Joey. And then I add in my own debate rules, which is basically, be respectful, don't swear, don't do drugs, Joey, during the live stream, you jerk. This is a family show.
Be a decent human being.
Yeah, which is tough. It's tough for flat earthers. But anyway, so Aaron, or Joey speaking as Aaron, I will debate you on what Tuesday? This coming Tuesday? I have a big debate November 3rd, so let's organize this soon, my friend. By the way, you are very small potatoes as far as being popular, so you better work with me. I'm famous and you're not.
Oh, it's always fun when they try to pull that popularity card.
That's awesome. So, oh yes, right there, Aaron or Joey on Aaron's account immediately likes his own. I don't mind. I don't care. I think that's funny. Then here comes Michael Ice. Michael Ice. I watched a previous debate and non-biased opinion. You kept interrupting and acting smarter and all-knowing. You seemed much more childish, just an honest opinion of a spectator. Maybe take turns and have time limits, like normal debates. Because honestly, all you did every time Joey said something was interrupt. So he in turn became like you and sunk to a childish level, kind of mocking you is what I see. So we'll find out later he didn't actually watch a debate with me and Joey.
I was going to ask, because I was there for when you had Joey on. That's not how it happened.
Yes. So Michael Ice says, I want to get on in debating you about light and the way it works and angular inversions. Would love to have a man-to-man with you also. Stop making profit off flat earth. Get a real job. I do have a real job. And I do like making some money off of flat earth. I haven't made much, but it's great. So here comes Joey again. Saying, I agree with my fellow hero. He was rude and I just joined in. Keep it respectful next time, Mr. Looney Tune. So Michael Ice again, dude, seriously, every time Joey spoke, the dude, I interrupted, would pin his, right. So agreed, indeed. Michael Ice to Joey again is talking. I'm guessing he's never done experiment himself, because apparently that's the only way to do an experiment, is you can only do it yourself. That's the only valid way science happens. So I'd ask anybody that has that opinion, would you accept penicillin or an antibiotic prescribed from a doctor that didn't do all of the original research on that penicillin or antibiotic? If you would, then you're lying to yourself. So anyway.
Or another one, why are you going to use the electricity from your wall if you don't have firsthand experience of developing the technology?
Yeah. Doc Michael is saying my closed captioning doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, I haven't turned on closed captioning. So anyway, he's the type that we could show 100 lies and he would still contend because he's a contrarian. Again, he's not seen any of my videos at this point. You can hear it in his speech. Spells that wrong. Maybe Writer of Dinosaurs could come and touch this sentence up a little bit. Anyway, all right, you're correct. We need more people to Sheep is a hero in my book for being brave enough to debate people like us live. So, at times I like Joey. Sometimes, anyway. So Joey had asked when. I'm like, this Tuesday. Does 8 p.m. work for you? How about a structured debate? So I proposed a structured debate, 5 minutes back and forth with a 2-minute response. No interruptions, right? I'll mute myself and he can mute himself. And then, so I'm at the time, I'm riding a bus back from northern Minnesota. I was up north all weekend. I'm on the bus, and I will be for a while. He says 2 p.m. Hawaii time. Please accept. Like, he already accepted Tuesday on my on my channel, and now he's trying to change it. I'm the biggest deal you ever had on your show, and you will benefit greatly by having me on.
Wow. The delusion is strong with this one.
I was gonna be like, hey Joey, can you back up a little bit? Just to frame your head properly. It's getting too big.
Well, Team Skeptic plays up the large ego, but even he doesn't come off like that.
Yeah. Oh, so all right. I think some, of course, with Joey, a lot of it is an act. He does this, right? I don't think he's a Poe. He has his child on saying this stuff. If you're a Poe, you don't bring it to your children. So anyway, so I go. Joey's like, I'm like, I'm on a bus. I am traveling. I can't. And then when I get home, I've been away from home for the weekend. My family gets priority over you, Joey. Sorry. Plus, you already accepted the Tuesday thing. Said, hey, let's make it soon. And then backed out. So Joey ran off here. So anyway, have a great time with the family and tell them Uncle Joey says aloha from Maui. So anyway, so I say to Michael Ice, Joey doesn't seem interested. Would you take his place? Same rules, structured debate, take turns presenting, see above for proposed structure. Now Joey is, oh, you didn't accept it. Michael Ice says, yeah, I would love to. You game to talk about light and angular inversions? Whatever. Yep. And he wants to have all three of us on to mediate. It's his thing. And Joey's like, I claim I'm out of town. You have internet on your phone. I'm on a bus. I'm on a bus with 30 high school kids. I mean, they'd all laugh at it. Oh. Anyway, all right. Apparently, Michael Ice thinks that I have some sort of guilt over my head in supporting liars. He's not the one to judge, but his father is, right? So he's a Christian flurf here. So Joey had been insulting me. I'm like, you go for the ad hominems. Now here's what's funny. Michael Ice, bro, I watched your guys' first debate, and you name called probably 20 times. I counted. Now remember, we find out later he didn't actually watch my video. The contrarian type. Let's talk light and the way it works with angular inversions. Like, you want to join me? Sure. Just be there and pull out the bat signal, and I'm always there. Do some research on how your eyes work. You're going to want to just agree come Tuesday, so be ready. So Joe Green, only child is you, dude, trying to control a conversation with the mute button. Joey leveled your ass flat like the earth. I don't think Joe probably watched it either, but I did mute Joey because he wouldn't stop.
He deserved it.
Yeah. So
well, maybe not deserved in this case. I would say, Joey, you earned every time you got muted during that interaction.
Yeah. Like, as soon as he realized that the Michelson-Dale experiment didn't prove what he thought it did, because he didn't read any of these, he knew he was in trouble, and his only way out was to just start yelling and kicking and all that. So anyway, these are new comments from today. So there's that. Now he had some going back and forth with let me transition out. Let me find the other one he had with Stephen Smith here. See if I can find that. And Stephen Smith is in the chat, and he was sending me some messages today and yesterday. Oh yeah, here it is. So Stephen Smith, let's go back to this here now. Put this on my Facebook wall about Simon Dan can't Coriolis, where Nathan Oakley shows that he doesn't understand Coriolis. He thinks Coriolis is just linear movement and doesn't understand that it's changing latitude is important. But that's a different topic.
The way I like to remind people from a very high level bit, north to south is Coriolis, east to west, that's et Vos.
Yeah, Tommy, are you in there? Can you help us pronounce et Vos? Is that right? Because there's too many umlauts. So, all right. So, Stephen Smith, a day ago. Here. Michael Ice is up here on this comment yesterday. Talking with, and him and Stephen Smith go back and forth a few times. And there's the debate we're going to have and all this. And then I love this. Stephen Smith, as if this is some sort of evidence that there's numbers that he manufactured. So the Earth revolves around the sun at 66,600 miles per hour. That is true to a small extent. It actually rotates a different range. The slowest orbital velocity, 65,519 miles per hour. The max orbital velocity is 67,756 miles per hour. In between there is 666,600 miles an hour. An arbitrarily chosen number by you because you want to choose that, by whoever made this meme. Very nice. Curvature of 1 square mile, this says here, is 0.666 feet. It's 0.667. You need to round. And it's not a square mile. And that's not the equation that we use. That's the equation you use, so that's on you. And then the Earth tilts at 66.6 degrees, which is true to an extent. True to an extent. The tilt actually oscillates between 22.1 and 24.5 degrees. None of them are 66.6 unless you start arbitrarily by taking 90 instead of by the zenith, which is straight up of 0, and then adding until you get to 23.4, right? Instead, he chose this way and rotated it up that way. Why would you do that? It's arbitrary. He tries to defend himself. It doesn't matter. It's arbitrary. You're just plucking numbers out to try to make your point. And it's a range as well. So you're picking a number out of the range. So NA for $6.66 says numbers are just number, hail Santa. Or something like that. So,
hang on. I gotta ask the audience: did anyone else just get a flash of Dana Carvey as the church lady?
It's on purpose.
Oh, that's why I love coming on here.
Yep. So anyway, he goes on with Stephen Smith here for a while, and then they have another round today. Wrapping up with this very nice one from Stephen Smith. So I will take this. Let me try to see if that link. Yeah. So here's the link. You guys can go in there, and if you want, you can give Michael Ice a little thought here. Now you may notice the name here is Ice, and yet I was going to be debating Michael Knight. Well, that's who he is. He said he's. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why he's trying to hide himself like he's commenting on here. So, Orion Blue. It's not spherical. What are you talking about, 822? What did I miss? Silence.
Well, isn't that special?
Yes. All right. So then, I thought, let's do this here. He was pretty aggressive with me in there. But then he got in our chat, which I'm trying to be very friendly, in chat and in the like the personal chat. I'm not trying to have a debate with him, right? That's not in the private chat. I'm not trying to have a debate with him, but he wants to have a debate with me. So I'm like, I'm not having it. So anyway, here is our DM conversation. So I had asked earlier, I'm not showing that part, about I don't want to, I'm not intentionally doxing him, so I'll leave that personal stuff out. I asked, should I use a picture of KITT, which would be from Knight Rider, and then it made emojis out of it. So then he posts me the Currency Michael Knight official video. I don't know what that is. So a little bit of fun with Michael Knight from Knight Rider. He posts that same video again, and then yeah, he knows he knows he ran away. Cosmonaut 6. He's just active right now. So he sent me this image because this is his image of him. So that's Michael Knight. I tell him here, right here, I'm in Minnesota. I'll send a Google Meet link, right? If you have video or images, you can present them from your computer. Notice that he doesn't say anything at this point about not wanting to use Google. So study on light and angular inversions. I looked it up, couldn't find it. Also things that actually prove flat Earth one way or the other. Please do not bring up things that are possible in both models or I will freak out. I can't handle the lack of intelligence. Lol. So is Joey going to be president as well? No, he's not. Maybe make a group text with him included. We could have his wife mediate. Or I could, like previously suggested, no. Anyway, he's asking if Aaron is a real person. I'm like, yeah, that I go through it. I don't know why Joey went crazy like that, but so then here it is. You interrupted and called him childish multiple times. Just rewatch it. So I asked him, can you give me a specific time where I was rude to Joey? He doesn't. He says just rewatch it. That's why you need times of mediation. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So how about this? 5 minutes to present, 5-minute rebuttal, 2-minute response, no interruption. Everybody gets right. I'm trying to get his confirmation on this. And I say, thanks for interaction, the feedback on the interactions. I'll bear that in mind. Right. So anyway, here's the thumbnail I gave, and he's like, give our fathers plain alike. So I put a link in the description for that. Had a little trouble finding it, but got it eventually. There's the thumbnail. Put in the video description. Now, here he comes. Whitson, a female astronaut, spent nearly 666 days in space. Note it says nearly. It's actually 665. So I don't know how nearly turns into 666, but fine. Whatever. I don't know how that proves anything, like that proves the Earth is flat, apparently. I find it comedy. People still support this organization that's stealing your money. It's comical. And sure, the government takes money. I don't like all of it, but there's programs that I don't like and programs that everybody doesn't like. Sucks. Whatever.
Wait. Is he a taxation is theft person?
This is his only that I know of. His only like tax comment. So, I don't know. So, anyway, I'm thinking this isn't the place for a debate. Then he posts this dumb picture here of the contrived numbers. That's the most decorated astronaut ever, and he not sure. Yeah, that's a lady, you jerk. Spent 665 days in darkness. Think about it. Michael, who is like God, do you like supporting these types of figures? Just curious to see how your mind works before tomorrow. So I'm like, well, what's Earth's tilt? And here it is. He gets his math wrong. 23.4 minus 90 is
not
negative.
a positive number.
But I'm like, but why did you start with 90 and subtract the tilt? The tilt is 23.4. Because things work off 90-degree angles. No, they work off 0. That's where you start 0. I used to be a mason, by the way, dry stone mason in the Forest Service. I don't think he was a Freemason like all of the Freemason stuff. That's a whole different type of mason.
Yeah. Wow.
So yes, and take a square and use it, and the other side give you 66.6. I'm like, well, what if you used a straight line and started from 180? You don't get 66.6. It's just an arbitrary thing that you chose because it satisfies the number that you want to have. You're trying to force a point out of it, but it doesn't matter. If it was 666 everywhere, super obvious, it's not evidence that the Earth is anything.
It's, if anything, it shows yet again the reason why I don't like statistics, because when you just have blanket meaningless numbers, you can make it say whatever you want.
Yep. So I'm like, well, I can do that too, I think. So anyway, so he's like, take a square and use it. The other side give you 66. I'm like, oh. So you're joking, right? When I say you're seems arbitrary to get a desired outcome. You're joking, right? No, I'm not joking. It's arbitrary. That's a desired outcome that you wanted. Please don't say that's how you deflect when you're not sure where to go. And I'm not deflecting. I'm going straight on. The number is not 66.6. It's 23.4, and it doesn't matter even if it is. Take a square, place 23, blah, blah, blah. Arbitrary. Real math is arbitrary. Those who don't accept it, I guess. He's getting all emoji happy here. Something, as there will be a lot tomorrow. Please don't let this scare you. I need you, lol. I'm like, is this going to be one of your topics tomorrow? Because, we'd gone over the topics. It's, one to support your Earth shape, and the other one is whatever you want, right? So positive evidence of your Earth shape, which is what no flat earther ever tries. They always try to do the negative, which is fine, right? But it doesn't lead to the default is flat. It's even if you tear down everything about the globe, what do you get?
Nothing. You're starting over. Yeah.
So now you need to build your evidence. So people are wondering, is this moonshine? I'm not saying.
Think what you will.
All right. So, what's he? Probably will get brought up now because there's thousands of people. There's thousands of other talking points. I'm like, dude, pick two. So whatever you decide, you can guide it even if you want. I want you to show multiple lies. I mean, even the easy ones from NASA and their pagan and Greek occult names of everything. Then I see if you still support them, right? Pagan and occult names aren't proof of anything. That's one thing I'll bring up for sure. How many times do you have to see an organization lie before you admit they're liars? Of course, if Michael Ice /Knight, have you ever lied? If that's the case, then is everything you say a lie? Be consistent. Anyway, we could discuss light and angular inversion. So anybody in the panel here, what the hell? I looked it up. There's nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, I missed Stephen Smith, $5. Thank you very much. No message, but yeah, I think we've been talking back and forth in chat. So, yes, and Marty Moose sent me a thing on Tim Truth, so maybe Tim Truth will be somebody to talk to. So, all right, I missed a couple chats. You're just let me catch up. Send him the YouTube link. Cosmonaut 6. I don't know who. Patience of a Saint. You have MC Tune, yeah.
Mr. Ice. That's who he was referring to. Pretty much let him know that he's being publicly called out because he arbitrarily picks what interface system he wants to use, because it's not like the NSA and CIA and everyone has access to every communication platform there is.
Yeah. Cosmonaut 6. Oh, send Michael Ice the YouTube link. This is my DM with him. That's what we're looking at. It's not there. David XP, is MC Toon drinking out of a mason jar? Mason? CS Glovers can pull crap out of our asses too. Glovers. Yeah, it's... I drink out of this specifically because 33UC had found it, and it's actually Ball. It's hard to see. It's Ball is the brand, not Mason.
Oh, the old school. Yeah.
So, last week, if you saw my thing, I had like 6 different types of jars. I drank out of a different one every time. Okay, back to this here. You said I should look up light and angular inversions. Truly was comedy, though, he says. How'd you get that number? Seems arbitrary. Now I know your mind and where it goes. Yes. My mind is you picked a number out of the air. So searching doesn't find anything specific. Really ask yourself if starlight can be seen by the human eye trillion of light years away tonight. Really think about it. Yes. If the light's bright enough. But of course, the stars that we see in the sky isn't trillions of light years away. They're mostly pretty close. So, anyway, I'm like, dude, get back on point. We need to finalize the structure. So, exactly stuff they don't want you to know, brother. Good searching, right? So, angular inversions of light I didn't find. So, apparently, it seems he thinks NASA or the Illuminati or the Bilderberg or Knights Templar is hiding it or something. So here is the light.
33 ounce mason jar.
Oh, it probably is. Let's see.
No,
it's 24 ounces. I'm sorry. Right up that line there. It needs a lot more to get to 33. So, all right. Shape NASA light. That's his topic. So 5 minutes to present, blah, blah. We can be flexible in the timing. I'm saying we each present at least one positive evidence for a supported shape. The other can be supporting or disproving the other shape. I just shut your Stephen Smith dude up. He needed a good lesson. So there you go, Stephen. So you like eye-citing hatred and contrarians. Curious, you dodged if you like supporting 666 NASA. NASA's not 666. And if it was, it doesn't prove the shape of the Earth. So you like inviting hatred and contrarians. Be real, Michael. I don't know Stephen Smith is other than that post, right? But he posted a couple other things. But we hadn't talked before, like yesterday, the day before. So, dodging, please answer my question. I didn't ask if you knew him. I asked if you like you're leading people to, if you're having this type of follower when it's exactly what we're fighting against. You even have, here's the key, you even have fight in your name. It incites hatred. So do you like that? Oh, wait a second. I don't have fight in my name. You think I'm fight the flat earth. I already said I'm in. I already said I'm in Minnesota. Fight the Flat Earth is in Scotland. He has a bit more accent than a bit different accent than I do. Oh, whatever. I don't have fight in my name. MC Toon, where is fight? Excuse me, I confuse you for Fight the Flat Earth. Yeah, you did. You never watched anything. Still aren't answering, are you? Do you like inciting hatred and contrarians? I'll take that as a resounding no. Maybe second guess what you're doing. I go, what do you mean by citing hatred? Inviting hatred. Sorry. I go, do you mean inciting with the C? Inviting. Oh, whatever is whatever. Got it. Either way, it's not my intention. You could watch some of my videos, I say, and I give them a link. Oh, he thought I was FTFE. Oh.
Wow.
Thanks for the compliment. Craig, love you, man. Whatever. Oh, sorry. So good Good, so that is what you're doing. Flat Earth is biblical and brings people peace. It's not biblical. That's my opinion versus your opinion. The only ones debating or trying to disprove it should be NASA or space agencies. They aren't. They're getting destroyed. Actually, the reason why they aren't is because they're just putting stuff in space. They don't care. How do you fight people that think you're not putting stuff in space? By putting stuff in space. So, since you have no evidence that they're not, whatever, they are.
And even then, let's be fair. The majority of your scientific endeavors are actually about the evidence and the conclusions, not a debate.
Yeah.
Because a scientific debate actually goes towards, well, you've reported this data, but when I tried to reproduce it, given your conditions, these are the results I got. And you start going after each other's ideals in what's actually being presented in the paper that way. What they think is a debate is them being on par, on average, petulant children. Oh, I don't understand it. It must be wrong.
Yep. So, all right. Let me hold on a second here. I see Bob, the science guy, has popped in. I wonder if he would be interested. Check your Twitter there, Bob. Earth is seriously flat. Oh, dude, I love you, man. $2.
Now I will say this, and the rest of us mentioned. He mentioned that screen cap of Trump apparently flipping off the two astronauts who were the first women to take part in the only female complete EVA. Yeah, sorry. There are times where I rub something from my forehead, and I do it with the tip of the middle finger, not the index finger.
Let me just
things happen. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, a little thing for. All right, there you go. That was for 33 UC. So, all right, Earth is seriously flat. Spinning Balls Church is pseudo, and FE is science. Well, I look forward to your evidence. So, Tommy Gronwald, cool shirt. Yeah, order tickets to the premiere December 18th here, 2 days before I can see the last. Oh, nice. All right. Anyway, yeah. Apparently, yeah, that's right. Because like 33 UC, he loves to try to find hidden information in places that isn't hidden information. So, hand signals. What's that mean?
Yeah.
What's that mean? So, all right. Anyway, so I interviewed Mad Mike Hughes. He watched a couple yesterday you're trying to stop a movement that you shouldn't be trying to stop. Mad Mike is different, on a different plane than most. Courageous dude, but tied into the Flat Earth Society. Do you mean Infinite Plane Society? Different. No, he's on a different plane. I don't know. And Nafi N, you're oh my goodness. Nafi N. I hope English is not your first language. You are datas is false. Flat Earth confirmed, no full stop. Globe emoji.
Again, negation of one is not evidence for the other.
You gotta have correct negation too. Anyway, all right. Let's see. Mislead people like Stephen Smith, so clueless. He's joking, yeah. So you can be a jerk and then just say joking. All right. Mad Mike and Tim Osmond are pretty close. Tim is from IPS, not the Flat Earth Society. But then he says there's some sort of a thing on his wall. Yeah, pretty sure dude believes the upward disk theory. It doesn't stem from the truth. because the flat Earth, the biblical flat earthers have to have it stationary, so the accelerating upwards doesn't work for them. That's why they think that whatever, it's not allowed. So apparently Joey Rocha is going on about me. Whatever. He's blocked on here. So Vincent Doan says Joey Rocha claimed he wants to join, so if he doesn't show up, it proves he's lying again. So, yeah, Joey, you, whatever. I invited you. You backed out when I put a date to it. So, all right. Let's move on here. Low Earth is geostationary. Do you really think a plastic car is in space right now? Worked for Solar City for... He apparently said he worked for Solar City, or maybe it worked for Solar City to do what they did. Weird they're shutting down renewable to keep pushing SpaceX. I love that you won't answer. So let's get that out of here.
SpaceX is a renewable... reusable rocket platform.
Yeah, yep. So let me just.
Which actually, I was watching something while listening to something a few days ago about the engineering standards that they use in typical rocket engines, and it's actually quite fascinating when you think about it. The way they design the tolerances from a fatigue standpoint is they take the number of intended uses and they design it for double. So if something is intended to be a single use, they design it to be strong enough to handle use twice, not including landing or anything, but to be able, the materials to sustain the fatigue during 2 full cycles of use. So SpaceX, when they are saying that one of their booster cores can reliably be utilized 6 times, that's what they've designed it for, but they're only actually going to use them for 3. So think about just the metallurgy in like the bell housing and the actual components of the combustion chamber on that needs to deal with those stresses from containing and directing that highly energetic of a reaction. And then there's 5 of them per booster.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Joey wants in. Joey wants in after running away and then claiming. So I don't know. Yeah. All right. Let me finish this with Michael here. So Stephen Smith says for $2, please get Mr. 19 pack on. He's funny. Accept him. So maybe I will. All right. Let's see. All right. So is regular materials literally comedy to the initiated? Hence why I said you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. The worst logic, you should tell it's real because it looks so real. I'm like, I suppose that could be one of your topics, right? So he's talking about regular metals, the extreme temps, right? And of course, he doesn't understand a lot of things. Joey's asking why he's blocked in my chat. You are too insulty. He's listening to. Hey, Joey, how you doing?
Yeah. Well, If you knew how to behave like a civil person, you wouldn't be blocked.
Let me think about it, Joey, and maybe you can give me some confidence that you won't be a jerk. That we can have a structured debate, taking turns. Earth is seriously flat. Thank you for your contribution to end the globe doctrine. Once again, Earth is seriously flat. Thank you for the comedy. All right, so I'm going to make you admit this debate is awesome and isn't solved. Technology age, and we're having a debate about something like this makes you really wonder, doesn't it? Spencer.
Yes, about the average intelligence and sanity of the average person. And then also my level of masochistic tendencies.
All right. So here we are. I'm chatting with Joey via Aaron here. So anyway, he's going about cronies. You won't answer questions. I'm not going to answer a question because I'm busy and the debate is tomorrow. I'm like, the debate is tomorrow. Like, I'm sitting at home. And he's like, debate me now in private chat. Like, I don't care. So I hope at least one of your topics is positive evidence. So don't be that way. There's thousands of talking points. So anyway, so there's all this, right? He's going on and on. The globe is 270 models. Joey, how long? Please announce to your audience that I'll join so they can stay tuned and invite their friends. So
how about no?
So I have my two topics. Then he goes on about the name of a telescope as if that proves flat Earth. Whatever. Have fun with sleep tight with the 666s in your dreams. So, and I'm being polite, right? Anyway, he sent me his two things. This Owen Benjamin, who certainly doesn't understand science, and the sun fade out from Dearth. So, super awesome videos there. Anyway, he's like, how's the evil work today? I go, hold on, I'll check. Yeah, Quasi-Luminous still making videos. All right. Oh, anyway, here's the deal. I'm gonna move on. This is where he's like, so I sent him the thing. I'm gonna postpone on you. I have friends over. We can do it like 10 tonight. That was 47 minutes ago. Let me get the link though. He already has the link there. 100% I have a life. I'm still in, Michael. And I'm sure you're in. I'll sue you for slander. So be careful. I'm still game. So 10-year time, libel. Yeah, if you could, that way my friends are gone. That's 11 here. Okay, we can do tomorrow. If that's no, I have life too. I planned around this, Michael. I did too. But as we know, life beckons. Cheers. So we can use another platform besides Google, please. Oh. So anyway, so this is just before. I'm on Skype as MC2 and MC2.net. Can you send a message? And then no show. So here he is. No show. So, all right, couple super chats here. Vincent Doan, maybe don't call FTF gay and faking disabilities with no evidence. Joey Rocha. Yes, Joey. So,
proper lulls.
Can he please let that Joey the hero with 19 packs is on his way? Chihu, like in 20 minutes. He has a baby. I can respect that. So yeah, tell you what, midnight Central. All right, midnight Central. I'll send the link to Joey, and Joey will show up. If he agrees to, I'm gonna specifically get some agreement from you, and if you don't do it, then I guess it's on you, right? Propel Lols, join the Plain Truth documentary spoof page on Facebook to help us butthurt JM Douche and his flirt following. Also, Joey lost every debate he's been in. Can't argue there, right? So, RGB Zorfix says, guessing Knight still hasn't appeared. That's correct. He totally didn't. So, all right. So, what do I say to him? I say, confirmed. You ran away. So there we go. Right. Michael Ice / Knight.
Bob the Science Guy has asked, you shutting down?
No, Bob, I'm not. So hold on. Oh, crud. There we are. Hello. We are. Got a little. Hello.
Hello.
It's awesome. All right, let me
All right, let me pause that.
There you go. All right. So I'm hearing it. You're not. Oh, crud. I got to take that out of my ear. So, Joey, yes, you want to come in right now or midnight. Yeah. Whatever you want, Joey. You were the one asking for 20 minutes. So, yes. Propel. Yeah. If somebody has the link to the Plain Truth documentary spoof page, then that would be swell. Post that in there. And Earth is seriously flat, says Joey is a hero on our beautiful stationary flat Earth. So all right, Joey, here's my question to you. Let me click on Aaron, which is for some reason Joey. There we go. We got Bob the Science Guy auto muted. Bob, I think
So
I think you're still
no echo
muted.
this time?
So, all right, here. No, I want to join now. I'm free now. So, all right. So, Bob, can you say something? Yeah, I don't hear you still. I'm going to join in 10 minutes or how many minutes? I don't want to just sit around and watch your show unless I'm going to be on, says Joey. So, Propel Lols, it won't let you post the link. Yeah, there you go. Try
All
again.
right.
Hey, now we can hear you.
Hey,
Bob.
I'm sorry, I was on the wrong account. I didn't realize I was on the wrong account. I got to get on my Bob the Science Guy account. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I just had a wrong speaker setting set up there.
So let me, a little bit of last minute changes here to get it on. So, all right, I need to get some confirmation from Joey. You want to talk about the shape of the Earth? We're going to take turns. It's going to be 5 minutes present, 5-minute rebuttal, 2-minute reply. Sound good, Joey? You get 2 topics, I get 2 topics. Okay, you support your stuff. So if you're like, topology proves the Earth is flat, and then that's it, it's pretty boring because there's more to it than that, right? All right, he says, sounds good. All right, so.
Yeah, gonna need a claim, then an explanation, and some sort of data set to support it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be scientific, that is.
Yeah. So, AT2, I don't know. Would you want to do the timing?
Unfortunately, I do need to get some sleep. I actually have a lot of stuff to do in the morning, and it's almost 1 a.m. here. I was just coming on for a little bit to help you fill time to figure out what was going on, especially seeing as how that guy was mentioning your debate with Joey Rocha the first time, and yeah, it didn't go that way.
So, all right, Joey's saying he gets to ask the first question. No, Joey, it's you present data. You get 5 minutes. I won't say anything. Then I will respond to what you presented. So if it's a question for 5 minutes, that's fine. But then I get, right? And if you give no evidence, it's easy. So, Bob.
MC, I'll go ahead and time. I'll time.
Oh, thank you, Bob. I was about to ask. Super. So, all right.
Got you set.
All right. He's getting antsy with me here. So let me post this.
Well, he gets to make the first statement, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Make the first claim, and I'll start the timer when he starts.
All right, he has the link, and Vincent Doan says for $20, hey AT2, just because I haven't heard anyone say it yet, IYAOYAS. I kid.
Would you like to know what that means?
If it can go on the channel.
I will.
Is it one of your definitions? Probably not, AT.
Probably not. That's why I'm typing it in the internal chat first.
All right. And Joey has joined.
Hiya, Joey. Welcome.
Hello,
everybody. Thank you for having me on the show. I was doing a live show on Facebook, and I heard a lot of people saying, "Hey, McToon's on, and he's calling you out." So I ended my show, and I decided to come over here. So here I am.
To be technical, we were actually calling out Michael Ice. It just began with the initial offer to you that you then backed away from.
When did I back away from it?
We covered that.
Well, I wasn't here. I'm here talking to you. When did I back out of it?
On Sunday when you said yes.
Yeah.
And then you said, when is it? Because you have your big debate with FTFE. And so it needs to be soon. And is it this coming Tuesday? I said, yes, this coming Tuesday. Then you said, it's got to be now. I'm like, I can't do it now. So.
Oh, no, I didn't back out of it. I said I was ready now, and you said I'll be ready at a later date. And I said that doesn't work for me. So, I mean, you weren't ready when I was ready, and I wasn't ready when you were ready. That's not backing out, brother. Choose your words more wisely.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can make up stuff about you. Be honest. Be intellectually honest. Did I back out, or was I not ready when you were and you weren't ready when I was? Tell the truth.
You agreed, and then when it clarified the date, you said, no, I can't do it. That is you backing out.
And were you able to do it on the date that I was available?
You can reframe it any way you want.
Were you able to do it on the time that I asked? Were you able to?
Joey, you can reframe it any way you want.
I'll reframe it however I want, but answer the question. Were you able to do it when I asked you to join? Were you able to?
I was not at that
moment.
No,
the answer is no.
But that came after.
The answer is no, so you didn't back out. You weren't able to. I wasn't able to either.
Then why'd you agree in the first place?
Because I wanted to, and I was available then. He was available in a couple of weeks or in a week or something, and I said I wasn't available then.
It was actually today.
That's all there is. So be honest
and
say, look,
available.
I wasn't ready when Joey was, and Joey wasn't ready when I was. It's not backing out. Otherwise, McToon backed out from me that day.
Okay, gents, everybody's available now. So
yeah, but be honest, guys. Be honest. Don't be intellectually dishonest. And by the way, whose voice am I listening to? Who's the name of the guy's voice that I'm listening to? Who's the name of the guy's voice? Who's the name of the guy's voice? Who's the name of the guy's voice?
If you stop talking, I will tell you.
Tell me that.
All right. Joey, you have been muted.
This is Bob the Science Guy.
Okay, Joey.
And I'm just the timer right now. He's still talking.
He's still talking. He's muted. Joey, you wouldn't stop talking, so you were muted. So that Bob could answer your question that you kept constantly asking. So here's the deal. You ask a question and then shut the hell up so the other person can answer. That's how adults communicate. All right?
All right. I'll be keeping time on this. I'm not going to be involved with it. This is MC's show. However, I'm kind of acting as a moderator right here, which means that when I talk, it's the voice of God. That means y'all stop talking and you listen to what I have to say. So anytime you're ready to go.
All right, Joey, you're muted. You can unmute yourself. Only you can unmute yourself.
All right, and for a quick second, I'm taking this chance to take my leave, and I will be listening in and laughing as I fall asleep. Right. Later, Jan.
Thank you.
Good night, guy.
All right, Joey. You still need to unmute yourself on your screen there. There's a little microphone.
It's down at the bottom, Chief, next to the video.
Okay, you guys muted me. I didn't mute myself. You guys muted me.
That's right.
Yeah, so thank you for. Don't say I muted myself. You guys muted me.
No.
Okay, so I go first or you go first? Who gets to go first? Me or you?
You can go first.
Now you want 2 minutes there, MC?
That's 5.
Or 5.
5. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
Time
I get to
starts
go
when you
first.
start.
Okay, let me know when the timer is going to start, and I'll go ahead and start.
You can start anytime you want. I'll start it when you do.
Start it now. Go ahead. Can I see it, or is it just you're going to tell? Can you give us like updates, 1 minute, et cetera, et cetera?
You want a 2-minute warning? Well, here, let me
Sure. 2-minute warning's good. That would be great.
2-minute warning, 2-minute warning, 1 minute warning, okay? And then
Sounds
I'll
good.
give you 30 seconds and 15.
30 seconds good enough. All right. Or however, I appreciate it. Thank you, Brother Bob. Okay, cool. So look, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm a flat earther, and the reason why I'm a flat earther is because topographical measurements of the earth prove it to be flat and level. All land measurements, all topographical land measurements of Earth, when measured, show them to be 0.9997% flat, flatter than an IHOP pancake. On a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, that's an impossibility, because if you put it on AutoCAD, you're not going to get a ball. You're not going to get anything pear-shaped. You're going to get something flat and level, because these states represent thousands and thousands of miles. Furthermore, not only am I a flat earther, but the Earth is flat and motionless, and the globe is a ball and it's spinning. Supposedly it's spinning over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. If this was true, just like a treadmill, if you hovered a helicopter above a treadmill moving 1,000 miles per hour, when the helicopter landed back down, it wouldn't be on the same piece that it started on. Likewise, if you hovered a helicopter above Earth that's supposedly rotating over 1,000 miles per hour, it would land in China, for example, but that does not occur. So that's why I'm a flat earther. My question to you who believe that the Earth is a globe is this. I have topographical land measurements, that's called science, that prove the Earth is flat. Do you have topographical land measurements? Not topographical maps that show you perspective, but actual university studies that did topographical measurements of the Earth, proving that the Earth is a sphere. And if so, please share that information with me. That's my question to you, Michael Toon. So when you get your 5 minutes, please answer to me this one question, Mr. Michael McToon. Do you have topographical land measurements, like I have topographical land measurements, proving the Earth to be a ball 25,000 miles in circumference? That's all you need to do. I don't want to hear anything else other than that. If you have that proof, you'll win me over and you'll win over your audience. But if you don't have that proof, I would ask your audience to be intellectually honest. Just like Michael Toon doesn't subscribe to 9/11 or any other truths, you must also tell yourself, look, the guy named Michael Toon who's over here telling Joey Rocha and all the other people that the Earth isn't flat also says 9/11 wasn't a controlled demolition, etc., etc. He's intellectually dishonest unless he can actually provide topographical land measurements that prove it's a sphere. Now, I'm already done with everything I had to say, but I can keep on going on. How much longer do I have, Bob?
You got 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Chief.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. So there's a lot of flaws with the Earth being a globe that's spinning, and I already covered topographical land measurements, and I've also covered the Earth not being in motion. But for all of you who are moon landing hoax truthers, recognize this. The first time that we've ever seen the Earth in a video being a ball spinning around in space was from the fake moon landing, and it's the same Earth that they're showing us today. Just because you see a video of the Earth being a globe does not mean that that's science or that's proof. Otherwise, you might as well subscribe to Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. Pictures aren't proof. Pictures can be photoshopped. The fake moon landing only proves that they're lying about a globe. Why are they lying about a globe? Because they want to hide more land and resources. The truth is that land is supposed to be free. It's our birthright. Free land, free air, free water. Sounds crazy to some people, but that would end homelessness, hunger, war, and much, much more. So if you're wondering what flat earthers are under an umbrella of truth people who promote everything from 9/11 to vaccines and much, much more, who are trying to end the worldwide cancer known as governments altogether, so that human beings of all races, all ethnicities, and all religions can unite as one. How much longer?
1 minute, sir.
1 more minute. Okay, cool. So let me end like this, you guys. The person that you're listening to, Michael McToon, I respect him tremendously, just to let everybody know. I heckle people and I roast people, but you see, people like Michael McToon, it's just common. They're going to insult me, but when I insult them back, they get their feelings hurt. So you have to understand, Michael McToon, I'm talking to you, brother, that look, you throw stuff at me, but you get your feelings hurt when I throw it back. You either have to use no ad hominems or expect them to be thrown back at you. Not like I'm going to do it now or anything, but in our previous show, you did that. So we both did it. So you have to understand, instead of getting your feelings hurt thinking, oh, he was so rude to me, I'm a better roaster than you. So when, just like in a fight, if someone throws a jab at you and they hit you in the face and it doesn't hurt you, and you knock them out, people are like, oh, what a bad guy. No, he's just not as good as fighting as me. So I'm a better roaster. don't ad hominem comment me because I'll destroy you. I do that for a living. I'm not just a flat earther. I also do some comedy stuff too.
All right, that's your. Yeah, that's it. Now, what I'm going to do.
Wait. I expect Michael to address the only question I asked him. I only asked him one question. I expect him to address topographical land measurements proving the Earth is a sphere, 25,000 miles in circumference. That's the only question I asked him. Okay.
Now, gents, one thing that I think I may do a little bit differently because I don't want to interrupt your talk. When you hear this, that's your final minute. Okay? Just me tapping the mic. That way it won't interrupt your flow. All right, MC.
And one thing. I'm sorry. I know I'm not trying to be rude, but can you please unblock me from the chat, McToon? Because I'm not able to comment with the people in the chat because you have me blocked.
Oh yeah.
So can you unblock me so I can chat with them, please? Thank you.
Let me do that.
Reasonable request.
Yep. Got to go into the beta and then leave the beta. Then I can get in. They're trying to push all this beta thing, but it doesn't have all the features.
Hey, Joey.
Yes, sir.
Joey, can you see me up in the corner?
No, I don't think anybody can see. Can you see him, Michael?
Yeah, I can see him. Let me get.
I mean, I saw you for a brief second when you came on. You're a good-looking older guy that seems very chill and stuff. I mean, I saw you for a second.
Older guy?
Yeah, you're in your 50s or 60s.
57 the other day. I'm older than both you puppies. But in any event, if you see me,
Michael Toon, how old are you?
I'm 13.
I'm 42. I'm 42. You're not 13. I'm 42. How old are you?
13.
You're gonna lie?
That's my target. Bob,
no, how old are you?
Well, no, the reason I was asking if you could see me. Can you see me now?
Now I can. Yeah, I can see you.
All right. I can go like that for 2 minutes. I mean, if you see me come up, it means we're coming up on a time, okay? Otherwise, I'll just be blocked off. Fair enough? That way I don't want to interrupt you.
Sounds fair.
Bob, you're a little bit if you can move to your left, I think, because for some reason OBS is not letting me reposition things a little. So all right.
That. Okay.
You're too far. That's all right.
McToon, how come you didn't say how old you were? I know you're being funny, but I could be funny and dismiss questions. I'm 42. How old are you? I'm just curious.
13 is my target. So here comes the.
Yeah, no, I know that's your target, brother. Right. But if I do the whole show like that, how fun is it? Hey, Joey, what's your best proof? Well, my target is, you know what I mean? Just come on, brother. People are looking for two men who are serious and who are honest. And who are
Joey, Joey, he just doesn't want to give you his age, and that's.
I know he doesn't. I just wonder why. Right. I mean, like.
So Joey, it's my turn to talk. This is the adults.
Oh.
My turn to talk. Your turn to stop. Okay. All right. Topographical measurements of the Earth. Here is a book from. That I got from Jesse Kozlowski, a geodetic surveyor. It's the principal arcs of the meridian, the parallel and the oblique arcs for the measurement of the Earth's figure and size. Right? And the link to that, let's see. I have the link. I'll drop that in the, it's a free PDF. It's big. It's pretty fun. So that has, this was when they surveyed America. It was a big survey that the USGS did. They use theodolites to do horizontal angle measurements, primarily horizontal, but it also does vertical and horizontal both. And so here's for example, the Salt Lake Base Net to YOLO Base Net Nevada series. So this is a lot of these are mountaintop to mountaintop measurements of triangulation. Now, when you do triangulation like this on a sphere, what happens is the triangles are too big. That's because of something called spherical excess. So when you're doing straight lines on the surface of a sphere and you do triangles, you get too big of triangles. every time they're too big. And when they're really big, then you can actually measure pretty easily that they're too big. So they use these measurements here, and they find that there's a spherical excess. So here we have a page a couple pages later after that triangulation map, where you have Mount Lola, Mount Diablo, Mount Helena. They have the different angles, and then these corrections and the spherical angles and the spherical excess. So these all had here 19.081 arc seconds too much, right? So that triangle had 57 arc seconds, almost an entire arc minute, too much degrees in it, right? This can only happen on a sphere. This entire column here goes line after line, 51 arc seconds, 43 arc seconds, 49 arc seconds. All these triangles are too big to sit on a flat surface. So these are topographical measurements of the Earth being a sphere. This entire book, I gave you the PDF there, you can download, you can look at it. It's tons and tons of measurements. It's all this data talking about that. It's quite educational. Some very good stuff. Now, there's another way to measure that. You can do plumb line measurements. Right here is another surveyor that did one, and this is just the video of it, and he's standing next to one of his survey points, and he's looking down that hill. There is another survey point. So this is where he is with his theodolite, and he's measuring it, and the theodolite has a target on it. Right? And he does this several times. He measures the height, he writes it down in his logbook, right? And he has all of his logbook data in here, and you'll see here on the bottom left, 180 degrees, 0 minutes, 17.1 seconds. Now I can get a little better look at that here. This is just the still images from his surveying. This is the view through the theodolite, from one to the other, from the other to the one, back and forth, right? And he measures those angles, and he got here not 180 degrees, but 180 degrees, 17.1 arc seconds. They're not parallel, right? So here is what happens. You get too many degrees, and it's again, you're measuring that these plumb lines diverge and they meet under the ground. You don't have air conditioning there? So there you go. There's two topographical measurements. I'll add a third here, that you can use a theodolite and you can measure the dip of the horizon. And so this is you can see here the horizon is not rising to eye level. He flips it around, still not rising, and then he measures there 269 degrees, 52 seconds, minutes, and 10 seconds down. So the horizon is measurably down from level. You can use this and the Al-Burundi method to calculate the radius of the Earth. There you go.
Alrighty, and there's your 5 minutes, Chief. Okay, so you asked for a topographical measurement, Joey. MC gave you a topographical measurement, actually gave you 3 of them. Would you like another 5 to discuss that?
Sure, I would, because he didn't give me a topographical land measurement. If he did, I would be satisfied. He gave me arc minutes, angles. No, I want land surveys, you know, with a total station like land surveyors do, that show landmass being spherical. That's what I want, and that's what I ask for. He likes to dodge around the question and say, well, this kind of is a measurement, right? No, a measurement means you get a ruler, you get a total station, you get something to measure the actual land itself topographically. And when it was measured topographically by Kansas State University, it was measured to be 0.99997% flat. That's flatter than an IHOP pancake. And Florida's even flatter. So when topographical land measurements are actually done, they show that it's flat. So I want to see the topographical land measurements that actually show that it's a sphere because there is none. And furthermore, oh, can you guys even see my face? And furthermore, I can't tell because there's a big delay. But anyways, furthermore, look, the main proof that they use that the Earth is a sphere is boats disappearing over the horizon. And every flat earther has smashed that already. The boats that are supposedly disappearing over the horizon.
You're changing topics here?
Brother, don't interrupt me again. I have 3 minutes. I didn't interrupt you. That's the first one, and I'll go ahead and excuse it, but don't do it again. Okay, so boats that sail over the horizon, those are supposedly spherical proof that the Earth is a globe and the boats disappearing over the horizon. Now, if that were true, that would be wonderful, and I would believe that the Earth is a globe because that's what would occur if the Earth was a globe. 25,000 miles in circumference, you apply the 8 inches per mile squared formula, and then at a certain distance, the boat should be out of your field of view because it's sailing over the horizon. But guess what? When the boat sails out of your view, take out your binoculars, take out your telescope, just like I did with my friends here in Hawaii. We have Matson boats that import, export everything. The boat disappeared from our field of vision. I had my telescope there and I showed all my friends the boat and they're like, oh, wow, it's still there. We thought that it disappeared over the horizon. No, you can only see so far. So what I want from you, my brother, Michael McToon, is I know you won't give your age. You say you're 13 and you also won't give a land measurement, but I want you to give one. I don't want you to give things that are pointing to it, that are alluding. It's basically a measurement. No, I want the report to say topographical land measurement because that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for topographical land measurements from total stations that took measurements of the surface of the Earth itself, showing it to be a sphere, 25,000 miles in circumference. That's what I've asked for, and I have yet to get my answer. And I'm waiting for that. So land measurements, topographical land measurements made by surveyors here on the surface of the Earth using total stations to discover, is the Earth flat? Is it spherical? That's what I would like. How much more time do I have left, Bob?
You're coming up on 2 minutes, sir.
Okay, great. Look, this is off topic, but I'm going to go into it because I got my 2 minutes left. There's so many flaws with the spherical spinning globe Earth that it's ridiculous. Here's one of the most ridiculous things. They say at Earth's core, at a radius of some 3,000 plus miles, and we've only been 9 miles deep. That's the deepest hole we've ever dug. But they claim that it's magnetic, right? They say that the core is magnetic. It's molten iron and it's magnetic. That's what they're saying. That's what NASA and the heliocentric theory are saying. But guess what? I'll debunk them real quickly with the laws of physics. Did you know that there's a law in physics that deals with magnetism called the Curie-Weiss law? And that law says that all metals, no exceptions, all metals at or above 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit lose their magnetic susceptibility, rendering them unmagnetic. So you take the strongest magnet in the world or the weakest magnet in the world, heat it above 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, it won't stick to your refrigerator anymore. Yet they claim that the temperature is 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 10 times over the Curie-Weiss law. Every single part of the heliocentric theory is flawed, and I can prove it with laws of physics, peer-reviewed science, and mathematics. And I'm still waiting for your topographical land measurement proving the Earth is a sphere with total stations or land measurements. 1 minute? Is that 1 minute? Okay, thank you very much, Bob. Hey, Bob's good at this. You should... Hey, Bob, you can go on my Simon Dan show. I would actually like to have you on there to moderate it because you're fair. You're not taking sides here. You're the first person that's ever not taken sides. And I'm getting $500 to go on his show. So look, if you go on there, brother, I'll hook you up with $100 because I would like to have somebody like you who's neutral. You're probably not a flat earther, but you don't care. You're gonna be a good moderator. So I know I'm taking some of my time, but that's okay.
I don't need $100, but I'm happy to moderate.
Yeah. That's $100 extra bucks for me. Okay, give me my topographical land measurement using a total station, Michael McToon, and quit trying to do the same thing like when I asked you how old you were. Oh, I identify as a 13-year-old. Come on, brother.
Okay, your time's up there, Slick. I gave you an extra minute because you were indeed interrupted.
Thank you.
All right, so on the screen right now, do you see that what's on the screen?
Yes, I do.
That is a total station.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And that was the total station being used by a licensed geodetic surveyor.
Okay.
And you know what he did? He measured, using his total station, right here, from one total station to another total station. Right? There they are. One to the other, back and forth. He wrote down his measurements. He took 5 pairs of measurements at each total stations for a total of 20 measurements. to measure the curvature of the Earth, right? And if it was flat, he would come up with exactly 180 degrees. He came up with 180 degrees, 17.1 seconds. This is a licensed geodetic surveyor using a total station as requested to do the exact thing you requested, to measure the curvature of the Earth, right? His standard deviation of mean was 0.4 arc seconds. His measurement was 17.1 arc seconds, so he has a small margin of error there, right? So that's exactly what you asked for. That's exactly what I already provided, right? He did his work twice, checked his work, and here is how this is how the actual surveying works. You have a point A, you have a point B, you measure the angle from each of them. That measures the arc, or not the arc, the angle between them. Right? So there you go. Exactly what you asked for. Exactly, I gave it to you. So I already did that. You didn't understand it, maybe. I don't know. But that's what this is exactly. And I can put the link to the video. He did several. He actually measured it 4 times and did posted a video for each of his measurements on it. So, done and done. So, you talked about boats over the horizon. I'd like to see one example of a boat or a something that is at partial zoom. And then when you increase the zoom, as you said, it actually shows you a larger percentage of the obstructed thing. I've never once seen that. People have made the claim. I've never seen it. So until you give me that, then all of your claims your claims of it goes away, and you can increase your zoom and see it. Doesn't work. So you claim that pictures of space can be faked. Of course, things can be faked. Do you have evidence that they are faked? There is a picture from the 40s from a rocket that shows curvature. We could pull that up and we can look at it but my question to you is, do you have evidence it was faked? If you don't have evidence it was faked, then we're going to dismiss your claims. The flaws, as you say, the core is magnetic. Yes, the Curie effect is real, but that's not what is claimed to be happening. What's claimed to be happening is that there is a movement in the molten material, and that movement is inducing a current. This happens. This isn't a question about whether or not it happens. That movement induces the current. So it's not that it's a permanent magnet like then gets hot and then it doesn't work anymore. It's not a permanent magnet. It's a movement of the fluids in there. That's what creates that. It's a dynamo. It's completely wrong to say that it's the Curie effect there. So I think one more thing. The WGS-84 is based on an ellipse, which is what the Kansas topographical survey, the flat as a pancake thing, is. So it's comparing to a curved line. So it's the elevation above sea level. Sorry, it's not actually a flatness. It's a flatness in relation to a curve. So, and that's what I have.
Okay, good job.
Okay, very nicely done, gentlemen. Hang on just a second. I have a question for both of you. I had a complaint from the chat about getting a little bit off the topic. I chose to let it go because, in all honesty, Joey was being very reasonable about it. And, we just kind of discussed a few things here early on. Do you guys have an objection to that, or do you want me to hold everybody really strictly to the topic of the question?
I prefer to keep things topical because then people
Is that
can
all right
focus
with you,
more.
Joey?
Fine with me, of course. Yeah, sure, no
All
problem.
right.
Do that.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and do that. I let you go a little bit on that with the boats and everything, but, because I didn't really think you were being disruptive with it or anything.
No.
So, did you guys cover those points to your satisfaction?
No. Oh, I mean the boat?
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm fine with that. I mean, you guys can go out there and do the proof for yourself. If you see the boat reappear, then hey, Joey's right. If you don't see it reappear, Michael Toon's right. But yeah, let's stick to the topographical measurements. I'm down for that.
Okay, so you want to go another on topographical measurements and topographical measurements only?
Yes, sir.
Start at will, sir.
Okay, here we go. You can time me now. Look, so Michael McToon, I'm going to give you permission to take about 45 seconds of my time. Okay, maybe less, hopefully, but answer it, not like the 13-year-old question. Okay, so you said that this guy, and by the way, it's not what you offered me. You said you were going to give me peer-reviewed. That's what we said, peer-reviewed. So that's not a peer-reviewed study. Kansas University being measuring Kansas to be flatter than an IHOP pancake is peer-reviewed. So first of all, that's not peer-reviewed. And second of all, he didn't give a lot of details. Like, for example, how much distance did he measure? How much distance? Because the land surveys that are measured that I am quoting here are representing thousands and thousands of miles that are level and flat. And just to get on the topic a little bit more, you said it's comparing it to a curved surface. You're just trying to play on words. Yes, of course, an IHOP pancake has a slight bend to it, but it's still considerably flat. That's what everyone calls it. So in comparison to a pancake, the earth is even flatter than a pancake. People always wonder, how can it be flat when there's mountains and valleys? Well, if you look at a piece of paper or even a razor blade under an electron microscope, you're going to see that any flat surface, except for an obsidian blade, is going to have ridges and edges. So my question, just take 30 seconds of my time and answer as quickly as you can, Mr. McToon. How much distance was measured in your non-peer-reviewed topographical measurement?
All right, I provided links to the video.
No, I want you to tell us.
Hold on.
Go ahead and tell us.
You did not provide the peer-reviewed data. I'll wait for that. Thank you.
You're taking 30 seconds of my time, and I'm giving it to you. So please do me a favor and answer the question I'm asking you. How much distance was measured?
It is in the video.
Can you answer the question?
I can. I have to look at the
Okay, he's answered it to the best of his ability, so we have to move on with that. Okay?
You can't do it. Okay, that's fine. You can't do it.
I can. It's 1,529.878 feet.
Feet? Okay, so I'm giving you guys peer-reviewed representing thousands
you haven't
and thousands
given me any peer-reviewed anything. You made claims.
Your 30 seconds is up. Your 30 seconds is up. And he's giving us non-peer-reviewed and just a little over 1,000 feet. You guys know who's winning this debate, don't you? Thank you. I'm winning over the audience right now. You're muted, Michael. Nobody can hear you because Bob is doing a fair job of not letting you talk over me. I gave you a little bit of time to answer a question. That's it. You can't talk over. How much time do I have left, Bob?
You've got 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
Okay, great. So as we stay on topographical only, which is great, I've presented, anybody can look it up. Look it up right now while you're watching me live. Just do a different screen. Kansas is flatter than an IHOP pancake. Kansas University research. Thousands of miles represented. And other states are even flatter than Kansas, like Florida. I'm giving you guys peer-reviewed, which is what I asked for, which Michael McToon didn't give. And he said he was going to. It's not peer-reviewed. Be intellectually honest, you guys. And it's only representing 1,000 plus feet. Are you kidding me? 1,000 feet? Joey's giving you thousands of miles and Joey's peer-reviewed. Of course, you can take a very small area and say, oh, this area is concave, this area is whatever shape. You have to get a totally large mass to represent this totally large Earth. And it's got to be peer-reviewed. So in everybody who's watching's mind, if you're intellectually honest, that's Joey 1, Michael McToon 0. Why? Because first of all, he didn't give anything peer-reviewed, which is what we were supposed to do. Remember peer-reviewed science, laws of physics and mathematics? Where's the beef? The commercial said for the Wendy's. Where's the peer-reviewed, Michael McToon? And 1,000 feet? Are you kidding me? I'm good. You can give him the rest of my time. Give him 6 minutes. It takes him a long time to talk anyways. Okay. He's going to wait. How long are you going to wait? It'll take me about 30 seconds, okay? Maybe 1 minute.
You have a minute, Chief.
Will the www.usu.edu geomorph Kansas work for you? What do you mean it's not here? Let's see. Where do you want me to do it? I don't have access on your show. Do you want me to put it in the chat? I just sent it up. Oh, removed any web address. What's up with that, Michael McToon? I just tried to put it, and it says, I can do a screenshot for everybody. It says, removed web address.
Is that in the,
how am I going to do it?
Is that in the YouTube chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you're not a mod there, so you can't post there. So do it in the you can do it in Facebook.
What do you mean I'm not a mod there? Make me a mod for a second, and then make me not a mod when you're done with this chat.
Sure.
Joey, why don't you go ahead and post it right here in the chat here, and I'll post it because I am a mod. Let's get your information out there.
Can you still make me a mod for a second? I want to be able to post it too, and how do I do that on here?
You go up to where you see where it says People 3. Up in the upper right?
Yeah.
All right, next to it, you'll see chat.
Yeah.
Okay, down there, post it right down there at the bottom of that.
I see Joey Rocha, you, Bob the Science Guy, Michael Toon, and there's no bar for me to leave.
No, look right next to it, to the right. It'll say chat. Click on that. There you go.
Bob, you're so good.
There we go.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
That is
I've got that. And I'm going to post that in the chat.
So everyone can see it for a second. And that is the usu.edu geo study, Kansas University. The University of Kansas researched.
Okay, but
is
what journal?
Kansas flatter than IHOP pancake. What? And while you guys are looking at that, I'm going to look for the actual journal itself.
Yeah,
But there you go, right there. In 30 seconds, I found thousands of miles represented to be perfectly flat and level.
Yeah, I found that. So find the peer-reviewed journal. We'll wait.
No problem. Yeah, go ahead and wait. And then everybody check that out, please. And Michael McToon, while you're waiting, do you respect that research, or do you think that research is
I think that research is fantastic. And
thank you very much.
And do note that this is a differential from mean sea level, which is a curve according to surveyors.
Where does it say that in the study?
It doesn't say that in the study. It talks about geodetic.
Don't add things to it, brother. Don't add things to it, or I can do the same thing. Look, brother, you've been fraudulent since we started. I'm 13 years old. Look, don't add things. Tell the truth. This is a real debate.
Yeah, and so I'm talking about geodetic surveyors and how they function, how they do their job.
No, I want you to show me how the study shows it compared that it's a curved surface. Or did you just add that in?
Gentlemen, why don't you hold off here for just a second?
I still want him to answer that, though.
Okay, do y'all see that? This is the link that you just put up. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yep.
I can hear you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Very kind of you.
You're quite welcome.
All right, and then can I read a little, or do you want to read a little bit?
Not until you satisfy your requirement that it's peer reviewed.
Sure, I'm looking for that, brother. I got you. That's understood. I've gone through with what you guys asked. So far, the other side hasn't done that, but I got you. I'm asking if I can read it while I'm checking. My wife is looking. She's like my assistant. She brings me coffee and helps me out. She's my partner in crime. Thank you so much for showing this, Bob. This is the most important thing anybody can look at, because when you see that Kansas is flatter than IHOP pancake, And then you start looking at other states and they're all flat. Well, then how does that work on a ball 25,000 miles in circumference? If you're on a ball 25,000 miles and you do in circumference and you do a 360-degree circle, every angle of incidence is bending at a measurably detectable level. So all these states and just the USA alone, and look, guys, I'm only mentioning the US. All other countries have measured.
Can I respond while you're looking at that there?
Sure, you can.
All right. One common method of quantifying flatness in geodesy is the flattening ratio. I'm reading from it right here. The length of an ellipse or arc's semi-major axis is compared with his measured semi-minor axis, B, using the formula for flattening. F equals A minus B over A. A perfectly flat surface will have a flattening F of 1, where an ellipsoid with an equal axis length will have no flattening, and F will equal 0. For example, the Earth is slightly flattened at the poles due to the Earth's rotation, making its semi-major axis slightly longer than its semi-minor axis, giving a global F of 0.00335. For both Kansas and the pancake, we approximated the local ellipsoid with a second-order polynomial line to fit the cross-sections. These polynomial equations allowed us to estimate the local ellipsoid's semi-major and semi-minor axis, and thus we can calculate the flattening measure F.
What is your point, my brother? Thank you for reading that.
So that is right there, and I do thank you very much for bringing this citation in.
You're very welcome. Go ahead and make your point now.
Okay.
You read some words. Go ahead and make your point now with the words you read, and then
you've been muted again since you were talking over me, so this right here, the evidence that you brought in is stating the Earth rotates, stating that the Earth is slightly shorter, has a slightly smaller radius at the poles than at the equator. Then it's talking about the global F, the flattening ratio, which is not flatness as you think it is. It is about how much it's been smushed vertically and grown around its equator. So thank you very much for that, because
you're welcome.
You completely
cool.
supported all.
Bob,
you're still interrupting
me. Can you put it up?
Joey.
We don't have 5 minutes.
Okay, Joey, you got to let him finish. I'm actually timing him, and I'm going to give you the same amount of time he's taking.
I wasn't aware of that. Go ahead and talk. I thought
I'm letting him give his talk, and however many minutes as it takes for him to present his evidence.
Okay,
I'm going to give you the same amount.
I didn't know that. That's fair. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So the point of all that,
of course, it's fair.
The point of all that is that it is talking about the Earth's sphericity and admitting that. So by bringing this citation in, you're admitting that. So I appreciate that. And on top of that, it is talking specifically right there about the curve and comparing the curve of the pancake to the curve of the Earth. So that's all I have there. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Can you please repost, Bob, the same article that Mr. McToon just read from, so I can read something from there? Thank you, Bob.
Now you get about 1 minute and 35 seconds is what he took, so you're going to get a similar amount of time.
Really? Even including his reading time? It seemed longer than that, but I believe you.
No. When he started discussing it, I mean, you were both reading you were both able to read the article. He just read it aloud.
Yeah, he was actually reading what he wanted the you know what I mean? So
you can read whatever you want, but
okay, and then my time will start after that. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's see. Can you scroll down a little bit? Thank you very much. Mathematically, a value of 1.00 would indicate perfect platonic flatness. The calculated flatness of the pancake transect from the digital image is approximately 0.957, which is pretty flat. but far from perfectly flat. The confocal laser scan showed the pancake surface to be slightly rougher still. Measuring the flatness of Kansas presented us with a greater challenge than measuring the flatness of the pancake. The state is so flat that the off-the-shelf software produced a flatness value for it of 1. This value was, as they say, too good to be true. So we did more complex analysis. After many hours of programming work, we were able to estimate that Kansas flatness is approximately 0.9997 degrees flat. The degree of flatness might be described mathematically as damn flat. So what are they talking about? They're talking about thousands of miles being measurably, like if you had a big old level that represented thousands of miles, they're saying that it would be straight. So what they're saying in that study is that the Earth is flat on the Kansas side. Now, what Mr. McToomb was trying to allude to is, since they're claiming, because of course these people think the Earth is a globe, everyone thinks the Earth is a globe, but the research showed that Kansas is flat. So what I'm asking the audience to do is put 2 and 2 together. Of course, everyone thinks that the Earth is a globe because we were taught it in the 3rd grade. Just like everyone thinks Christopher Columbus discovered America when the Chinese were here thousands of years before. What I'm asking you to do is not look at what the authors believe. I'm asking you to look at what the research proved. And you cannot have thousands of miles represented as damn flat, flatter than an IHOP pancake. They said it was basically a 1, which is as flat as you can possibly get. Did you guys know that if you look at a piece of paper under a microscope, you're going to see ridges and edges, just like we have valleys and canyons here on the Earth. But when measured from point A to point B, just like the oceans of the Earth, they're level from point A to point B. Thank you for my time, Bob. That's good.
You did a fine job with that at 1 minute and 13 seconds, MC.
Hey.
So far, you guys are doing really good.
If you're watching right now, you're very welcome, Mr. McToomb.
All right, let's just change this up a little bit. MC?
Yes.
Why don't you take 5 minutes and make a present a quick case on why you think that this represents a curved Earth versus a flat Earth, and then we're going to let Joey respond to it. How's that sound?
Sounds good. So yeah, he seemed to just kind of ignore all the things that I talked about there, and that they're talking about that when they do the geodetic surveying, they're taking an elevation from mean sea level, and that's what those 2 ellipses they're talking about, the semi-major and semi-minor ellipses. Those are sorry, my Facebook is making some dinging sounds. So what they do is they're taking that level, which is a curved amount. All right, taking them off the screen there. It's a curved surface, right? It's a spherically curved surface, and they're taking elevations from that WGS 84 ellipse. That's what that elevation is. So then when we look at that graph there, they have taken that curve and they've normalized it so that it sits on that x-axis of that graph. That's all they're doing. It is in no way admitting that it's flat. So and as I did add in before, and he's kind of, I think, didn't understand it. The long distance surveying that they did over the entire United States is what this is based on. Is all of these geodetic surveying measurements that they use. So sorry that you don't understand what they're doing there, but it's pretty clear to me reading this. So anyway, and I'm still. Did your wife get the peer review there? Because I don't know if this was peer reviewed. So I'd hope that you find that. Otherwise your goalpost movement there is going to be a little tough. So That's all I have. Bob?
Okay, very well, sir. That was 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, he took 2 minutes and 15 seconds. You're entitled to 5 if you want it.
Sure,
but I would suggest you probably hang out around 2 minutes and 15, and then I put a little question out to the audience. They want me to give some thoughts on both the arguments here in a minute.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. Well, let me start off by saying that I apologize to the audience, and I'm very sorry that Michael McToon doesn't understand the survey that I read. But as everybody in the audience understood, and that's all I care to talk about is the audience. I'm not trying to win over Michael McToon. I'm just trying to win over his audience. So as the audience heard me read, they saw with their own eyes the flatness level. It doesn't say on there what Mr. Michael McToon is trying to imply, and he even concedes that. So what does it say? It emphatically states that they couldn't believe how flat it was. It was so flat that they wanted to give it a 1, but they had to do a lot of different programming, and they said, well, it's almost perfectly flat, and it blew their minds. They didn't say it's almost perfectly flat, and we took 2 different points and we actually changed it from a sphere to flat. No, that's not what they said. So I'm sorry that Michael McToon is being a little bit intellectually dishonest right now and telling people something that the survey didn't actually say. That's all I wanted to say, is I wanted to apologize to the audience. I'm good, Bob.
Yeah, very nice. You did it in 1 minute and 7 seconds. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to add to any of this? Any final thoughts? Anybody need anything else they want to bring out?
Yeah, I think for me, Joey has simply just ignored the data and the information in his own citation, and he still hasn't provided a peer-reviewed version of this published in a peer-reviewed journal.
Joey, you have a response to that, or you good?
My response, I'm searching for it right now, and here's my response to you as well. It is peer-reviewed, so you guys can go ahead and search that and look it up, and I'll be finding it for you guys very shortly too. And Michael McToon admits, I hope, that his scientific study isn't peer-reviewed. There's no journals on it. There's no written scientific journal that's showing it. And if it was, I would respect it. But look, not only that, but it's 1,000 miles of land. Are you kidding me? Come on, Bob. Even you know that's not being, you know what I mean? That's not enough land. Look, if this was the Earth right here, this is the Earth, 25,000 miles in circumference, and you have several states in the U.S. alone that are measuring thousands of miles flat, then how do you get this to be curved? You can't. You're all the ancient ancestors said that the Earth. Yes, really, you can't. It's an impossible. Go to AutoCAD and put every state in the U.S. as flat, and see if you get on AutoCAD representing all those thousands of miles a flat surface. Yes.
All right. Let's just have a look at something real quick. Let's see. Can I, MC, can you put my screen up?
Yeah. Let me, there you go. You're presenting.
Okay, this is the pet rock that I gave to P-Brain, the second one. As you can see, it's actually got a shape to it. Okay?
Yeah, it has
How's
a shape.
That shape looking right now?
How's it looking?
Yeah. How's that shape look now?
It looks like it's 3D.
Yeah, but you see how it's starting to flatten out quite a bit?
No, it looks curved. It doesn't look flat. Yeah, it doesn't look flat.
Do you see this pen?
Yeah.
The pen is round. How's it look now?
You're showing me the flat surface of it.
Correct, but it's dropping away from you, right?
What's that?
It is dropping away from you, though, right? The point is, if I could get close enough with this rock, you would have shape. But if I just looked at this one tiny grain right here, it looked pretty flat.
Well,
now,
that's what.
Do you know what Alberuni's method is?
1,000 feet. I'm giving you several thousand miles. You're
I
helping.
understand
You're helping me, Bob.
All right. What he did was he pointed out a very obvious fact, and that is that a triangle on a flat surface has 180 degrees, right? The internal angles of a triangle on a flat surface are 180 degrees. Right, Joey?
Sure. Go ahead. What's your point?
Okay. Well, if you draw a triangle from Anchorage to Los Angeles to New York and back to Anchorage, do you think that triangle has 180 degrees in it?
I don't know, but if we're talking about is the Earth flat or not,
no.
Hey, Bob, hold on, let me talk
Joey,
for a second.
hold on to my point here. The point is that triangle has 100.
You said only topographical land measurements. That's what you said. You said
that
we
is
have
a topographical land measurement.
That's a measurement?
That triangle.
Are you being honest? That's a measurement?
Yeah.
That's an actual measurement? Or you're telling me that if you think about it, doesn't it make sense? Or is that an actual measurement? I want a measurement. That's a measurement.
Yes. And the internal angles of that triangle are 192 degrees. That's not possible on a flat Earth. It has to be a curved surface.
So what did it measure to be arching at?
Excuse me?
What was the measurement that it curved at? What was the measurement that was taken?
Well, you can actually calculate the radius of the Earth.
What was it?
It's about 4,000 miles. I can't calculate. That's a four-step calculation.
How much was that 4,000 miles curving?
How much was that 4,000 miles curving?
Yeah.
Well, you would have to figure out how many degrees it was, and that'll easily tell you.
No.
Calculating.
Look, when you do a measurement,
Joey, you got to let me finish. You have to let me finish.
You know the actual distance and you know the actual drop.
Joey,
that's the
you have to let me finish if you ask me a question, okay? Now, you can actually calculate how many degrees that is and the exact ground distance.
But I want to know
four-step calculation.
Sure, you can give me a formula. I don't want a formula. I want to know the answer to that question. And the reason why neither of you can do it is because you.
Would you like to do it right now?
That the Earth is flat.
Would you like to do it right now? Would you like to do it right now?
No, I just want you to give the answer, brother. Just
sure,
give the
right
answer.
Here.
I don't want to watch a 30-minute video or talk about.
I'm not going to watch a 30-minute video. We're going to actually do it right now.
That's all I want, Bob.
Here it is.
And thank you for helping out McToon. Even though I know you're supposed to be impartial, he needs your help. And by the way, I'm actually surprised.
I'm showing it to you right now.
All right, Joey, you've been muted again.
All right, you asked to see it.
Just a second.
So here we go.
Bob, I'm going to address Joey just for a second. Joey, you specifically asked Bob to get involved. So
I'm surprised that Bob is taking the side of some.
Joey, stop
Unbiased
talking.
Moderators aren't supposed to take sides.
You specifically asked him. You specifically engaged
Actually,
him.
the audience did.
Doesn't matter.
They asked me to go ahead.
My friend told me to use curse words on here. Oh, so that's okay? I can just use curse words? Oh, well, somebody in the comment section said to do it. What did two men agree upon, Bob? You're a man and I'm a man.
Got it right here.
Uh-oh. No. Uh-oh, Bob. I caught you too, buddy.
There it is right there. It's the triangle.
So, Bob,
and if you want to know,
we don't see it on your screen.
If you want to know each of the legs,
hold on.
What?
What's the land measurement, Bob? Get to it.
I'm showing it to you right here.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the actual distances right there.
Okay, and then what is it? What measurement was shown for the Earth to be curving? What is the measurable Earth curving measurement that was shown?
It's not shown on this. The radius of the Earth is not shown on this.
It's not shown on this. Well, then what the heck are you doing, my brother? Can you show something that does show it, Bob? And by the way, yes. I'm glad you're helping Mr. McToon instead of being unbiased, because trust me, brother, the two of you tag teaming together still have no chance against me, but at least the audience has a chance of, like, maybe Bob can help him because they know McToon is struggling.
No, I actually let you guys go completely, and then I'm just addressing a couple of things here at the end. Here's the triangle, and it's not 180 degrees.
Address the law of magnetism that Mr. McToon was trying to say can be violated, because it can't. You can't violate laws of physics.
I know, but the problem is he correctly pointed out that it's not a permanent magnet. It's due to a dynamo effect.
Is that reduplicatable?
It's like an electromagnet. It's not. It's
Is
not
that
like a permanent magnet.
Is that reduplicatable?
Yes.
Where?
That's the current. Do you know how to use do you know what an electromagnet is?
Where is it reduplicatable?
In most junkyards, they have an electromagnet on a crane.
Okay,
as a matter of fact, there was a good episode of Breaking Bad too.
And that's what's happening. That's what's happening inside the Earth's core, right? There's a magnet.
That's what they're thinking about right now. Yeah.
What is this thing that's doing the same process? What's it made out of? What's inside? Is it molten iron? Is it the same thing that they're saying?
You got no idea.
You got no idea. Okay, thank you. It's
no,
again.
I mean, I just pointed out the triangle.
The deepest hole they've ever dug is 9 miles. How can they know 9,000 miles? Do they have a world's longest thermometer?
So, what's the point about the deepest hole being 8 miles actually?
Well, yeah, exactly. What's the point about it? Well, they're saying they know the temperature of the Earth at 3,000 miles radius. No, they don't. They're guessing. You can't say you know something. You can say we think that this is what it is based on these measurements, but we don't actually know because we haven't actually tested it.
You ever use a fish finder?
Have I ever used a fish finder? Yeah.
Okay, same principle. Are those fish that are
how come a fish finder
that are represented on your screen?
How come a fish finder or those people who do the metal detectors or anything, how come they can't penetrate through the ground further than 9 miles, 8 miles? They can't penetrate down to the ground at that point. And if so, explain how they're doing it. How are they penetrating?
Do you know how a seismograph works?
Brother, I'm asking you to explain.
Do you know how a seismograph works?
Brother, do you know how a fly flies? Do you know how a cricket makes its noise? Do you think it's its back legs or its wings? You explain. This is your chance. People try to do this all the time. Do you know, Joey, how the solar system?
I'm not talking about crickets. You're talking about the inside of the Earth, though.
I want to hear you tell the audience. They're listening and they're waiting for you. How is it that they're able to get 3,000 plus miles radius and check the temperature of the Earth's core and know that it's magnetic? Tell me how.
Seismographs.
That's how they did it, with seismographs?
And mines.
Seismographs and mines. Okay, guys, so he's saying seismographs and mines were able to measure the Earth's temperature and that it's magnetic some 3,000 plus miles radius into the Earth's core.
Well, no, you didn't ask about magnetic. You asked about temperature and core. And I said seismographs and mines.
Well, we know the Earth's magnetic. We know the Earth's magnetic.
Okay,
so
look, Joey, you can't ask me a question and then just keep talking. You asked me how.
Why don't you be quiet?
You're doing it again.
And McToon will get back to it. How about that?
All right, he's muted again.
All right.
You can just
leave it up. Joey.
If you don't like my answers, then just go.
All right. Now, the way you tell the Earth has a magnetic field to it is you can measure it from the surface. That's how a magnetic compass works.
No, a magnetic compass works because it points to the magnetic middle, which is what we call north. Anything off of the magnetic middle, which we call north, is east, west, south, etc., etc. We know that the Earth has a magnetic point at the center, but not at the core, in the middle. Somewhere in the center of the Earth, there is some type of magnetic something. That's what a compass is pointing to. You don't point your compass downwards, you're pointing your compass level. But anyways, hey, look, Mr. Bob, I see you getting frustrated, scratching your bald head over there. Instead of you getting frustrated, go ahead and go back to being the unbiased commentator like you were earlier, because I don't want to see an old man get frustrated. I'm trying to debate Michael McToon in front of his large audience, and you can just go back to being the spectator. What are you?
All right, well, Mike.
What are you?
MC?
Yeah.
I'm really sensitive about my bald head and my oldness. So I'm going to bid you adieu and deal with my butt hurt.
You can grow your hair back.
And thank you all very much for having me. It was a great debate. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, well, Joey, you you have proven yourself to be quite the child again. You constantly interrupt, and it's sad. It's sad that you don't understand the stuff that I've presented. So like, I'll go over this again here, because it is actually what you asked for. So here is the, once again, this is how, and you're muted. You keep talking, whatever. This right here, we can see these triangles is how geodetic surveyors use their theodolites, or what you've called a total station, to measure the angles, to actually determine the sphere of the Earth. The curve of the Earth is what they're actually doing here, right? These numbers here, the spherical excess is exactly what you are asking for. Exactly and specifically, those numbers there are the numbers that we can use to measure the radius of the Earth. All right, so you were given everything you asked for. Now, we do have some questions that some people were asking about. Let me go here. So just a second, Joey. We'll get some questions from the audience. So I have it. The first question, are volcanoes real?
You're already a good-looking guy.
All right.
Look, my turn to talk. You read the study. I read the study, and the entire audience that's watching read the study. It said that Kansas is flatter than an IHOP pancake. It's almost a perfect one in flatness, representing thousands of miles. It didn't say anything about a sphere. You added that in, and you admitted it. You only gave a survey of 1,000 feet. You lost the debate. I won the debate. Now let's go ahead and answer the audience's questions.
All right. Are volcanoes real?
No.
Do you trust licensed professional land surveyors?
Yes.
You do. Very much. Thank you. That was, sorry, I didn't. The first was Propel Lulz asked about volcanoes. Cosmonaut 6 asked, do you trust licensed land surveyors?
The reason why volcanoes, I don't believe in volcanoes, is because, look, if you talk to an expert volcanist, they will tell you 90 to 95% of the time, all lava flow on Earth happens from underground lava tubes. And only on occasion do we get these things that we call an erupting cone-shaped mountain. But if you think about it, guys, all of you who know that 9/11 was a controlled demolition and you found that out because the free fall speed of the building couldn't occur, well, likewise, I asked you to look into the laws of physics. The melting points of the rocks that comprise this mountain that's supposedly a volcano are made of rocks. And the melting point of those rocks are between 600 to 800 degrees. Lava or magma gets 1400 to 1500 degrees. So that's an impossibility due to the laws of physics. What would actually occur is it would implode upon itself. So it's an easy one. I love it because everything I do is science-based. If you think the Earth is a globe, then you are a science denier.
All right. Cosmonaut 6 asks about the licensed surveyors. Nils asks, if the sun is always above the flat Earth, why can't you see the sun after it has set?
It's a great question. So likewise, since that's such a great question, just give me like about 2 minutes to answer it. So on a flat Earth, we're not saying that the sun is a burning ball of flames, nor are we saying it's a 360-degree light. What we're saying, proven by arc minutes, measured by a sextant, and I'm sure Mr. McToon will appreciate this, the sun is localized and close, and it's also not a ball of flames, it's a light. How do you know it's a light? Because you can't get a tan from a bonfire. You can only get a tan from a tanning salon. So our bodies get vitamin D from light, not fire. So since it's close and localized only a few hundred miles above our head and only about a mile to a mile and a half in diameter, think about it like this. As you drive away from the city, eventually you can't see those lights anymore. They were just lighting up your entire street because they're low and they're small. So likewise, the sun is acting as a localized spotlight. You can do an experiment in your own room. Turn off all the lights and grab a flashlight, hold it close to the floor, and do a circle around it. And you will see just the areas that you're illuminating are lit up, and the rest of the room is dark still. There's the answer. Good question, by the way, comment section.
So,
are you playing that because you're nervous?
No, I do that every time. So you didn't actually answer it. If the sun is above the flat surface, you're saying it won't illuminate some area of it, but why can't you see it? It doesn't.
Because I'm telling you, listen, it's acting as a localized spotlight. It's shining downwards.
Yeah,
the same thing.
But then why does it go? Why does it go to the horizon before it goes away instead of just while it's up high? Stop seeing it, because that's what you're suggesting, is that when it would still
because at a certain point you can't see something anymore at a certain point. So what you do is you take a flashlight, put it next to a video camera, and there's tons of YouTube videos on it, and you take it away. Eventually, as the light gets further and further away, it looks to be setting, and then eventually it disappears. Because the sun is not 99 or whatever million miles away, and because it's close and localized, and it's not a burning ball of flames, it's a localized spotlight pointing down towards the earth, that's the answer why. And that's a great question. I appreciate it.
The problem is that we can just do triangulation like land surveyors do, and we can determine based on how high the sun is and how far away it is across the straight straight ground.
The sun and the moon are both the same size, measurable by a sextant.
I'm sorry, did the middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of yours?
Did the middle of your sentence what?
Did the middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of your sentence? I was talking and then you started talking.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What's your point?
Stop doing that. So
that's your witty way of doing that. Oh, you're doing something witty, Michael. Be a man, brother. Be a man instead of an overweight man who relies on his.
All right. He's gone. He has ad hominems. He has insults. He has interrupts. He has a complete lack of understanding of science. Absolutely doesn't understand science. His very own article that he brought up, he's so confused about it that he thinks that the article that he brought up that talks about the sphericity of the earth is talking about it being flat. He lacks that understanding. He completely misses that I did bring up not just Kansas, which is not thousands of miles, but the entire United States in that book that I other than Hawaii and Alaska, because they weren't part of the United States at the time. The entire arc of the parallels, as they called it. So, sorry, and measured all of the curves. So let me bring that up again, and I'll just point it out again. Too many tabs here. Lots of tabs. What's that mean? There it is. There it is. So here is the triangles again that he seemed to be really confused about. And didn't understand. Oh man, some people here kind of. So yeah, I kicked him because he was going ad homs and that's all he has. So, these triangles here add up to more than 180 degrees, every one of them. That there is a measurement that the earth is not flat. It cannot be flat. Every one of those, and those are over thousands of miles. You look at that book, Joey, go get that book, but you won't because you're too dishonest. You look at the book that I published there, that I put, and I'll do it again right here so you can look, and I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you on right here on Facebook. There you go. There's your book. So look at that. That is the topographical measurements by licensed geodetic surveyors that measured the Earth has a curve to it. And this is over America. So got some super chats I'm going to go over here. Just a second here. Sorry I didn't get to them earlier, but in the middle it's tough. So let me see here. Oh, we got a bunch. Stephen Smith, yeah, I said that before. Joey, he wants Joey on. So Vincent Doan, maybe call FTFE. Yeah, he's calling names. Don't do that. There he is. Earth is seriously flat. Let's do next Flat Tuesday, 6 p.m. live globe exorcism. Are you Earth is seriously flat? You're asking me. I have a guest next week, already lined up. So maybe if I doubt that he'll back out. I think he's pretty good. But John Rapp, Joey, being the loudest and most verbally bullish does not win you anything. Get control of yourself, you spoiled child. Very nice, John Rapp. Propel Lols, question for Joey, are volcanoes real? Vincent Dones, we see you, Bob. Age is irrelevant, Joey. Yeah. I don't really care. I just like to have fun with it. So I'm 13. Whatever. Vincent Doan again for $10. Joey, give me evidence that fits my narrative. Joey, 8 inches per mile squared. Straw man. Exactly. It's not my number. That's not how we measure. Joey, not once a boat over the horizon. You cannot bring it back. Exactly. Joey, you made a claim, Joey, that boats go over the horizon and you can bring them back with zoom, but didn't support it. What can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Joey, stop cherry picking and straw manning. Again, from Vincent Doan for $10. Flurf Inc. We pick the best cherries and move the goalpost the farthest. Again, Vincent Doan for $5. I'm gonna go make some pancakes because that debate got me hungry. And then again, and first you'd add homonyms. Joey, I'm not surprised. Bubble Buster, $5. Synopsis: his article takes curvature into account, and he doesn't understand that the surveyor term flat means lack of elevation change. Yes. NA. Joey, why are you such a D-bag? And Propels lols. All I can afford for the rest of the week. GGMC. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it very much. This was late. And there's how many people here? 89 watching. Wow. Thanks, everybody. BM Furball's even in the house. So, Cosmonaut 6, Joey's destroyed. So, anyway, Joey, your whole topographical thing, look at what surveyors do. You're going to be in trouble. And you never once did find that one to be peer-reviewed. Now, I don't mind. That's a fine survey. That article. But you're demanding these things to be peer-reviewed when your own stuff is not peer-reviewed. Doesn't matter, but you're setting a goal for yourself that you're not meeting, right? So meet that goal or stop demanding it, right? Be honest. So Eldon S for 10 Nox. Nokia's. No message. So man, that was a long night. A lot of fun. So thank you, everybody. Friday, I'm going to be on, what am I going to be on Friday? I'm going to be on Science or Satire for a short time, right at the beginning, I think. There's Propel Lols. Join this Facebook group. Sorry. I'm going to be on there. We're going to be talking about the FEIC conference. which I will be in Texas at that time. So I'll be in Texas during the Flat Earth International Conference. So far, Robbie Davison and Mark Sargent have not replied to my emails. It's been a while. I'm sure they're busy. So, yes. Anyway, if you like this video, comment on it, like it, subscribe it. If you didn't like it, like if your name's Joey, maybe thumbs down, maybe insult a little bit. I did include in my initial thing to Joey, let's see here, the my debate ground rules, which he probably didn't read because I don't know if he likes to read stuff like that. But keep it on topic. He kind of got off a little, but not too bad. Support your claim. That's fine. Be consistent. If you demand a certain standard of evidence, expected you'll use the same standard for any evidence you include, which you didn't do. And where's the one here? Be cordial. If you have no evidence or wish to give up, please signal this by using ad hominem attacks, unsupported claims, yelling, strawman arguments, and similar techniques. No, Bob, thanks for I'm gonna wrap it up here. I appreciate that. If you other ways to signal you're defeated, claim the other person is indoctrinated or that the other person is a paid shill. So, Jason McCormick, you goofball. I like you. He's a concaver. I don't know why I kind of like the concavers. What's his name? Sam. Like him. Anyway, that's what I have. Thanks, everybody. Joey wants to debate me again. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. You gotta quit being a jerk. So that is what I have. And Bob is saying he weren't upset, just didn't want to interact with him after he started talking over in ad homs. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I kicked him, because the ad homs aren't necessary. So almost done with this. Let me do this while. Yes, Nils, I just was talking to somebody today about the main surveyor coming on, and that would be fantastic. Oh, dog, got a parity error. These 4x4s have a little bit harder stuff, so a couple parity errors. So let me see here. There it is. All done. So yeah, main surveyor, love him. And I put his video in there, and I'm gonna put his thing. He has 189 subscribers. Everybody go sub to the main surveyor. So okay, that's what I have. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.